If you work in tech, you've probably felt it. That feeling that modern applications are just a black box. Well, today, we're going to pry that box wide open with the one tool that has become the absolute gold standard for visibility in the cloud-native world, Prometheus. So it all starts with this question. Why is it so darn difficult? It's because we're not dealing with a handful of static servers in a rack anymore. Oh no, we're talking about a world of microservices, containers, and functions that are constantly scaling, moving, and just changing. Trying to understand what's actually happening inside all that dynamic chaos, it's a massive, massive challenge.
To even have a fighting chance, any monitoring solution today has to meet these three totally non-negotiable demands. First, it's got to give you real-time visibility, not data that's 5 minutes old. Second, it needs to be able to scale like crazy without just falling over. And third, it absolutely must be built for the cloud-native world, the world of Kubernetes and containers. And that right there brings us to our main event. When the cloud-native community was crying out for a tool that could handle all of this, Prometheus stepped up. It became the de facto standard for metrics-based monitoring. So let's dig into why.
So what is this thing exactly? Well, at its core, Prometheus is an open-source system that was built to do one thing and do it exceptionally well: handle metrics. It pulls in numerical data over time. We're talking things like request counts, CPU usage. It stores it, and then it lets you ask some really powerful questions about that data. Now, the key thing to remember here is that it's all about metrics. Not logs, not traces, just metrics.
Look, Prometheus didn't become the standard by accident. Its success really stands on 4 huge pillars. First, it's open source, which means it's backed by this massive, passionate community. Second, it was basically born alongside Kubernetes, so it gets that world, natively. Third, it's pull-based architecture. Well, that's a total game changer for reliability. And finally, it was designed from day one to handle the absolutely crushing scale of modern infrastructure.
And this really is a fundamental shift in how we think about monitoring. The old tools, they were often push-based. Your applications would just kind of shout their status into the void and hope something was listening. They were built for static, predictable servers. Prometheus completely flips that script. It actively pulls data. It dynamically discovers new services as they pop up, and it thinks in terms of entire services, not just individual machines.
Okay, so that pull model, that's really the secret sauce. But what does it actually mean? How does it work in practice? Let's get into the mechanics of how Prometheus actually collects all this data.
It's this beautifully simple 3-step dance. First, your application exposes a simple web page, usually at an address like /metrics, that just lists its current state in plain text. Step 2, the Prometheus server periodically visits or scrapes that page to collect the data. And finally, step 3, it stores that data with a timestamp. Boom. You're creating a time series history of your system's health. That's really it. And this simple model is why it's so powerful. Think about it. Because the server is in control, it knows immediately if an application isn't responding. Debugging gets way easier because you can just go to that /metrics page in your browser and see exactly what Prometheus sees. And it's more secure by default because your applications don't need any special credentials to push data out into the world.
Okay, so we know how Prometheus gets its data now, but what kind of data is it actually looking for on that metrics page? Let's break down the 4 fundamental metric types.
All right, first up, we've got the counter. This is the simplest type. Just think of it like the odometer in your car. It's a number that only ever goes up, it never goes down. You'd use this to track totals that just accumulate over time, like, say, the total number of HTTP requests your app has served since it started up.
Next, we have the gauge. So if a counter is the odometer, a gauge is your speedometer. It's a value that can go both up and down. It gives you a snapshot of a value at a single point in time, which makes it absolutely perfect for things like current memory usage, CPU load, or maybe the number of active users connected right now.
Now, things get a lot more powerful with histograms. See, they don't just track one single value. They track the distribution of values. They do this by sorting them into these pre-configured buckets. This lets you answer much deeper questions, like how many of my requests finished in under 100 milliseconds, and how many took longer. You get a much, much richer picture of performance.
And finally, we have the summary. It's kind of similar to a histogram because it also tracks distributions, but its main job is to calculate precise percentile values. This is the one you need to answer those critical questions about user experience like, what is my 99th percentile request latency? That's a key metric.
Okay, so we've got all this great data. It's neatly categorized, but raw data by itself is pretty useless, right? The real power comes from turning that data into actual decisions.
And that's where things like PromQL, alerting, and DevOps integration come into play.
The engine that turns all that raw data into actual insight is PromQL, the Prometheus query language. And this is where the magic really happens. It's a surprisingly expressive language that lets you slice, dice, and run all sorts of calculations on your time series data, all on the fly.
Let's make this concrete. Remember that HTTP request total counter we talked about? The one that just goes up and up? On its own, not super useful. But look what happens when we wrap it in a simple rate function like this. We're asking PromQL to calculate the average per second rate of requests over the last 5 minutes. And just like that, instantly, we've transformed a raw, boring number into a vital health metric, our request throughput. Now, beyond just querying, PromQL is the foundation of the whole alerting system. But it's actually a two-part system. The Prometheus server itself uses PromQL to constantly check your alerting rules. When a rule triggers, it fires an alert over to a separate piece of software called the Alert Manager. And the Alert Manager's job is to handle the chaos. It groups related alerts, it silences duplicates, and it routes them to the right place, whether that's Slack, PagerDuty, or somewhere else.
So why does any of this matter? Well, because this is how high-performing DevOps teams work. They use this data to watch their deployments in real time. They use it to validate a new Canary release by comparing its error rate to the old stable version. They use it to measure their SLOs to see if they're actually keeping their promises to users. Suddenly, every single decision becomes data-driven.
Okay, now that we've seen just how powerful this all is, let's wrap up with how to use it effectively. Because, like any powerful tool, there are definitely right ways and wrong ways to use it.
Here are some of the most common traps people fall into. First, don't just collect everything for the sake of it. Focus on what actually matters. Second, and this is a big one, be so careful with high cardinality labels. Cardinality is just a fancy word for how many unique values a label has. If you add a label for something super unique like a user ID or a request ID, your metric data is going to absolutely explode. Also, please, don't create noisy alerts that your team just learns to ignore. And finally, have a plan for long-term data storage if you actually need it.
Instead, try to focus on these key practices. Alert on the symptoms, like a huge spike in user-facing errors, not on the causes, like high CPU. This keeps your on-call team focused on what's actually impacting your users. Use amazing tools like Grafana to visualize your data. And, I can't stress this enough, always monitor your monitoring system. If Prometheus itself goes down, you are flying completely blind.
When you step back, the difference is truly night and day. Without a tool like Prometheus, your view of the system is limited. Debugging means painfully digging through endless logs. And planning for scale is, well, it's pure guesswork. But with it, you get real-time visibility. You can pinpoint issues in seconds, and you can make those critical scaling decisions based on actual hard data. And that brings me to the final thought I want to leave you with today. Just take a second and think about your own systems, your own processes. Without this kind of deep, metrics-driven insight, is your DevOps pipeline flying blind? And if it is, what critical information might you be missing?